Hey, you are listening to Medica Talks, which brings to you all the exclusive healthcare industry news, views, and opinions from across the world.
Hello listeners, I am Urvashi. Today we will discuss about deadly diseases you must have almost forgotten thanks to the vaccination that are available for different age groups. Hello doctor, welcome to our podcast for patients, caregivers and healthcare professionals at Medica Talks. Doctor, could you please let us know what are vaccines?
A vaccine is a biological preparation that provides active acquired immunity to a particular infectious or malignant disease. A vaccine typically contains an agent that resembles a disease-causing microorganism and is often made from weakened or killed form of the microbe, its toxins, or one of its surface proteins. The agent stimulates the body's immune system to recognize the agent as a threat, destroy it, and to further recognize and destroy any of the microorganisms associated with that agent that it may encounter in the future.
How does a vaccination help?
When you get vaccinated, you not only protect yourself, but you also help protect people around you who might be too young or too sick to get vaccinated themselves. This is called community immunity or herd immunity. For example, if enough people stop getting vaccinated, outbreaks of now rare vaccine preventable disease such as measles could return.
What is the age group for vaccination?
Getting vaccinated is a lifelong, life-protecting job. Before leaving the hospital or birthing center, your baby receives the first 3 doses of vaccine that protects against hepatitis B. Hepatitis B virus can cause chronic swelling of liver and possible lifelong complications. It's important to protect infants and young children from hepatitis B because they are more likely than adults to develop incurable chronic, that's long-term infection that can result in liver damage and liver cancer. Starting at 1 to 2 months of age, your baby receives the following vaccines to develop immunity from potential harmful diseases: hepatitis B, second dose, diphtheria, tetanus, and whooping cough, that is DTaP, Haemophilus influenza type B, polio, pneumococcal, and rotavirus. At 4 months up to 6 months of age, your baby receives the following vaccines to develop immunity from potential harmful disease: diphtheria, tetanus, and whooping cough, Haemophilus influenza type B, polio, hepatitis B third dose, pneumococcal, and rotavirus. There are usually no vaccinations scheduled between 7 and 11 months of age. However, if your baby has missed an earlier vaccination, now it's a good time to catch up. Babies 6 months and older should receive flu vaccination every flu season. Fully immunizing your child by 2 years of age, your child should be protected against 14 vaccine preventable disease. Between 12 and 23 months of age, your child must receive the following vaccines to continue developing immunity from potentially harmful disease: chickenpox, diphtheria, tetanus and whooping cough, Haemophilus influenza type B, measles, mumps, rubella, polio between 6 through 18 months, pneumococcal, hepatitis A, hepatitis B. At the age of 12 to 14 years, there are 4 vaccines recommended for preteens. These vaccines help protect your children, their friends, and their family members. These are meningococcal conjugate vaccine, HPV vaccine, Tdap, flu vaccine every flu season. Age between 19 years to 26 years, in addition to the seasonal flu, influenza vaccine, and TD or Tdap vaccine, that is tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis, you should also get HPV vaccine, which protects against the human papillomavirus that cause most cervical, anal, and other cancers, as well as genital warts if you were not vaccinated at a younger age. HPV vaccination is routinely recommended at the age 11 or 12 years. HPV vaccination is also recommended for adults through age 26. Some vaccines may be recommended for adults because of particular job or school related requirements, health conditions, lifestyle, or other factors. Some states require students entering colleges and universities to be vaccinated against certain diseases like meningitis due to increased risk among college students living in residential housing. Age 27 to 60 years, all adults need a influenza vaccine every year. Flu vaccine is especially important for people with chronic health conditions, pregnant women, and other adults. Every adult should get the Tdap vaccine once if they did not receive it as an adolescent to protect against whooping cough, and then a TD, tetanus diphtheria booster shot every 10 years. In addition, women should get the Tdap vaccine each time they get pregnant, preferably at 27 through 36 weeks. Healthy adults aged 50 years and older should get a zoster vaccine to prevent shingles and the complications from the disease. 60 years and older, some vaccines may be recommended for adults because of a particular job or school related requirements, health conditions, lifestyle, or other factors. In addition to seasonal flu, influenza vaccine, and TD or Tdap vaccine, tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis, people 65 years and older should also get pneumococcal vaccines, which protects against pneumococcal disease, including infections in the lungs and bloodstreams, mostly recommended for all adults over 65 years old and for adults younger than 65 who have certain chronic health conditions. Zoster vaccine, which protects against shingles, which is normally recommended for adults 50 years or older.
So, doctor, what message would you like to give to our listeners?
Vaccination is the best way to avoid the major risks caused due to infection.
Thank you, doctor, for being a part of Medica Talks and sharing your insights. We are hopeful that this informative talk has enlightened our listeners about when is the right time for an individual to get vaccinated.
Hey listeners, I hope this podcast was beneficial for you. Don't forget to stay tuned with us for our next podcast session, where we bring to you all kinds of healthcare industry news, views and opinions from around the world.